Can you talk about short games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love short game. It's something that I practice all the time, and I think a lot of people just don't practice their short game enough. And it always will save a round, or if you're not hitting the ball well and you know you can get it up and down, it just makes your bad round so much better. So something that I like to work on is just making it very simple. And I know a lot of people try to hit these amazing shots, and the thing they need to do most is just make it simple. So the easiest thing to do is kind of like a putt chip. So a lot of people are good putters, and then they don't take that to the golf course when they're chipping as well. So you almost want to use like a putting grip, or even if you feel more comfortable using your normal grip, you take your putting stance and kind of a putting, just how you would set up to it if you're going to hit a putt, and you just kind of rock your shoulders through it. And that's just the easiest way for people just to hit good, consistent, solid chip shots.
When you do that chip shot, what club do you use?
You can use any club. So you can use...
That's 8-iron,
This is
right?
an 8-iron. So
do you use 8-iron?
Yeah, so it depends on how far you need to carry it to how much green there is. So if obviously it was more carry, less green, you could use a 60-degree wedge. You could use a 56-degree wedge. If it's longer, you can use an 8-iron all the way up to even a hybrid or a fairway wood. It's just, you want to get the ball rolling as fast as possible. And it just makes it so much simpler for amateurs, because I see a ton of them, they're here and they just stick at it and it just goes down, and grass goes farther than the ball. And I always tell them, like, the easiest way to do is just feel like you're putting it. Rock your shoulders and just chip it, and you will make consistent contact. And I think that's the best thing that they need to work on.
Can you use a sandwich
Yes.
to that? It's a personal question. Do you usually talk that fast?
Do I?
Yeah.
I guess I do. So you can see I did the same swing, and it just went a lot farther.
I see.
And it went higher too.
Any wrist action?
I do. So that's just a basic chip shot if it's, there's not much going on. So if I want to get it higher, say there's a bunker in front, I need to hit it over the bunker, then I will more cock my wrist and kind of turn through it. You can see it went a lot higher. There'll be a lot more spin on it. Yeah, so it's, I think the biggest thing is you just need to make it simple. Just make short game simple. Never try to hit the shot that you're not sure if you can't really pull off. Hit the shot you can pull off, because chances are you're going to make, the 5-footer coming back, or even like a 10-footer compared to having to chip again.
I see.
Yeah.
Then how do you control distances?
Distances? Yeah, so...
Like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50?
That's a lot with practice. So you definitely have to do that. But what I think about is, so like a shorter shot, so say like 30 yards, will come to about here, or like 40, 50, and then just kind of you can work with your backswings. So if it's shorter, take it back, not as far, and it will obviously go shorter. If you want it to go a little bit farther, you take it back here, and it's still the same motion all the time. So you can just control it by how far you take it back.
I see. So it depends on how big is your backswing is?
Yes.
And also follow through has to be...
It's usually around the same. Yeah, if you want to do like an 80-yard shot, then obviously you're going to finish a little bit farther, and say compared to a 30-yard shot, it's just a little bit shorter. But most of the time, I finish all of my shots from about 30 to 60 yards, around the same, which is about right here.
How about the downswing speed?
I think it just depends on kind of the shot you're hitting. So if you're hitting in the rough, you will want to have a little bit more speed to get through the grass. If it's a shorter, like a fairway, then you can just hit it a little bit easier. So it just kind of depends on the lie you have.
I see.
But it's very consistent with the backswing and how far you take it back. Again, it's not about how far or how hard you hit it. you want to make sure you're controlling it because this is all about getting it the right distance, not how far you're hitting it.
Facebook follower has a question.
Okay.
네, 그 권장현님이 질문을 하나 보내주셨네요. 어떤 클럽, 어떤 웨지를 쓰는지에 대해서 궁금하시다고 하셨는데, what kind of wedge do you play with?
Fit in the 60, the 56 degree, a 52, and then also a 46.
4 wedges.
So I have 4 wedges. I don't have a pitching wedge. I have the 46 degree wedge, which kind of works for both of them.
So it combines 14 clubs.
Yeah, because I take out my pitching wedge and then have the 46
see.
instead. So it's kind of like my pitching wedge
So
instead.
driver, 3 wood.
So it's driver,
Uh-huh.
3 wood, 3 hybrid, 4 hybrid, 5 iron, 6 iron, 7 iron, 8 iron, 9 iron, 46 degree, 52, 56, 60, and then putter.
That's 14.
Yes.
Is it 14?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
Make sure.
I mean, I hope so, because I've been playing a ton of tournaments with those clubs.
So let us show about 80-yard shots.
Okay.
So with your wedge
Yes.
to do full swing, how far does it go?
I usually never hit a wedge full swing. I don't like to because I feel like it puts too much spin on the ball. So if I have, say, an 85-yard shot, which would normally be my 56-degree wedge, I will instead take my 52-degree wedge and hit a little bit easier to control the distance.
I see. Can
Yeah.
you show us a little bit more 20-yard, 30-yard,
Yes.
40-yard difference?
That's 20. So you can see the only thing I'm really doing is just taking it a little bit farther back each time, but it's still the same tempo and still the same swing technique.